Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Maker. During the last part, I completed 7 user-created levels, so in this part, I'll continue by completing at least 5 or 6 more user-created levels. Beginning with this viewer-submitted level by Enpitsu, Lava-Powered Foundry. It was played 4 times and it has a score of 1. And apparently the boss is Napalm Man. Let's see what we have to... Okay, we only have the Mega Buster, but we do have the charge shots available and sliding. So we have the Mega Man 5 or 6 charge shots. Once again, I really wish the intro screen actually told us what abilities we had, whether we actually had the slide, and what type of charge shot we have, as well as, well, what special weapons we have access to, just like the example levels. So we have the Napalm Man team, and of course Napalm Man is the boss, so it makes sense. Or it's fitting at least. And after this I'll be playing a bunch of levels I found on Twitter. As usual, if you want me to play levels during one of these parts, leave them in a comment below, or just direct message me on Twitter. That way I can try out your levels in a future part. But of course, as I mentioned in the description, probably selecting levels from Twitter kind of biases the level quality upwards, as usually the more confident people, or a little bit more experienced people, share the levels on Twitter to get feedback, so in general it seems that the levels are a little bit more well crafted, or at least they have a little bit more care put into them. So they aren't completely bad. In fact, all the levels I played in the last part, they were at least below average to average, at the very least. There was no absolutely terrible levels yet. But I suppose I'm going to face them soon enough, once I get to the harder stages, or if I randomly pick stuff from the new queue, which I will be doing in the next part. Instead of picking stuff from Twitter in the next part, I'll just pick levels from the new queue randomly, and see how bad or good they are. Oh, that was a little bit of an odd... Well, to be fair, that did happen in the... Oh, that was my fault. That did happen in the original Mega Man games too, where if you got a bit too close to where the central position was, well, they could do a weird flip around. Oh, there's an alternate route. I didn't notice that. Let me take it. After all, I only need to use the Mega Buster to blow. That's odd. That's not supposed to happen. I'll chalk that up to being an engine bug because, well, you can't put explicit collision on the right side of the screen, and the blocks are supposed to block you from scrolling to the right side of the screen in the first place. So, engine bug. Oh, and all that for just an extra life. Let's see, okay, the footholder is coming back. Thankfully it's not like the Mega Man 1 version, where it could repeatedly shoot at you, or would shoot at you occasionally. Okay, get ready. I missed the jump again because I have to get on the edge of that jump. Let's see if I can do this correctly this time. Okay. Yeah, sometimes the screen scrolling can be a little bit odd because of how the corridors are. Maybe in a future version with advanced features we can explicitly set the camera borders. That would help with some of these odd transitions. Or a little bit jagged, sudden camera snaps, I mean. Still, these challenges are relatively fair, although I wish the footholders were introduced in a little bit easier fashion. But the challenge is slowly ramping up, so I do appreciate that. Oh, okay. So force beams are coming. There is no need to actually have a weapon energy drop because we don't have any special weapons, but I do appreciate the large life energy. Well, it's slowly introducing us to that challenge, so we gotta be cautious. After all, falling down there, I think, is instant death. I'm just gonna damage tank everything and run past all these fire tellies. Let's get across. Okay, the challenges aren't too bad. There's just a whole bunch of fire bars. And there's a checkpoint there. Thankfully, the force beams over there are just... They're just mainly there to make you worried about falling into a pit or something. Oh, I see what you want me to do there. Now stuff is getting scary. Still, I'm really appreciating how the developer Enpitsu is actually using all the disappearing, reappearing blocks in a unique fashion, or a different fashion at least. Well, at least there was a little bit of insurance there, so I could get across. I need to do a tap jump over here and get across. Wow, it's a little bit Oh, I forgot that. I thought that was part of the background. There was one comment I wish the background had a little bit more contrast from those force beam generators, because it's a lot easier to see the force beams rather than the generator, because the generators kind of camouflage into the background, at least to me. Let's get up this time correctly and wait for the force beam generator to vanish. Ooh, that was scary over there. But I was right at the end, so I don't mind it too much. I just repeatedly kept dying. Well, I think I'll be able to fight Napalm Man even without the tank, so I'm fine. Oh, that's a lot more of a challenging room. Can I get him down into the pit, though? Yeah, this fight is going to be a lot more challenging. Oh, he's completely immune to everything, so I see what I need to do here. I just need to stand on those Shadow Man platforms, lure him, and drop him into the pit. Well, that's a unique way of fighting him. Let's see if I can do it correctly, though. Oh, I need to time it correctly, though. The problem is I need to make sure I jump on the Shadow Man platform just as he lands. So this is certainly one of the harder stages I've played so far. Ugh, I need to jump too far. I need to lure him a little bit better. And what doesn't help matters is that Napalm Man randomly chooses what attack he's going to take, unlike in Mega Man 5. Almost got him. There we go. I just needed to lure him to fire shots, but that's the end of Napalm Man. Quite a unique stage, although the latter half was quite difficult with the precise jumping over force beams. But still, I do appreciate the combination of Yoku blocks and force beams, and it wasn't so bad, it wasn't so difficult that I got frustrated. There was fair placement of checkpoints, and the environment was fun. Plus, the first half of the stage was leading up to the second half, and the aesthetics were pretty nice. So overall, I like this stage, and I'll download it for later fun. Alright, time to play some of the levels I found on Twitter. Let's see here. Alright, first up is Toxic Shocktapus by Assassinathan. 12 plays, scored of 3. And the boss is of course Sparkman. Okay, Bubbleman team, we start right underground and... Okay, we have infinite usage of the shine, which will deflect shots, but we can't move when the shine is up. So we need to be careful with our shot deflection skills. But of course we can also impact damage enemies to kill them. It acts like the shield in other... And I think it acts like the shield in Super Smash Bros. Or something. This is going to be quite a unique way of getting through the stage. And of course I can... It's basically like meleeing enemies to death, but it's a lot more risky because I need to get right up to them before I can use the shield. At least I can slide. Oh, and I can slow down my... Oops. I can slow down my rate of descent is what I was saying by spamming it. But I forgot and, well, I died there. Can I do this? Yeah, it's fun. I can basically just increase my horizontal distance by repeatedly just turning on and off the shine shield. It's similar to what we could do in Mega Man 2, where if you keep pausing and unpausing the game, it'd reset your vertical momentum, and so you can go further horizontally. Well, that's neat. And of course it makes taking care of these enemies a lot easier, especially if I just rapid fired. But of course, immediately as I turn on the shine, it kills my vertical momentum or vertical speed and it resets it to 0. So I gotta be a bit cautious there. But of course it allows me to do stuff like this. Now I can easily just get across without worrying of dying. And that should slow down my descent. And it can do stuff like... that doesn't look right at all. Help? I'm okay. I'm gonna chalk this up to being an engine bug, because this shouldn't happen. I'm gonna jump cut and repeat this stage. Okay, I'm back to where I was. Boy, I'm getting a lot of glitches in this part where I'm getting shunted into blocks. I mean, in the previous stage I got stuck I went right through one line of blocks, but I didn't get stuck, but here I did. I suppose that'll be fixed in a future update. Oh, but it's so fun to just extend your horizontal momentum repeatedly by using Shine, which I don't know if it's an intended feature or not. I know the intended feature is deflecting shots. I can hold my shots like this, and is it just me or are those super ball cannonballs a bit pointier? But yeah, this stage really showcases how fun using the shine can be, especially with the unintended abilities, or maybe intended abilities to deflect shots. And I really appreciate there are a lot of enemies who fire projectiles who I can just deflect. That's an awkward transition from outside of water to inside water, if you were to ask me. Yeah, I can't reach that, unfortunate. Well, okay, we're gonna face a bunch of challenges over there. Oh, and using the shine also drops you out of ladders. Good to know. Oh no, there actually are footholders who actually fire projectiles. It's just that they're green colored instead of yellow colored. Oh, that was my fault. No, I can't save this. Tragic. Yeah, my worst enemy, precise jumping. Wow, I somehow dodged that. I really don't want to do it up close and do melee shields because I'm a bit too worried because there's no solid ground below me. I wonder why this stage is called Toxic Shocktapus in the first place, even though most of my abilities are, well, the shine. I didn't really see that much electricity other than the elect beam generators. Well, I suppose we're reaching the boss fight now. Oh, okay, yeah, and here's Sparkman. I see how this fight will go. I'll have to deflect his shots back into him. Or of course I could just melee him. Wow, yeah, deals quite a bit of damage if I deflect it. And of course I can just melee him just like this if I really want to. And speed up the fight. But it is kind of risky if I get too close to him, of course. So I'm just gonna end the fight by just deflecting his big shot at him. Well, that was certainly a fun stage, although the quality of it was kind of decreased by all those weird engine glitches, specifically getting shunted into walls, and going through screen transitions into walls. But other than that, I liked it. Good job, Assassinathan. Alright, next up is... The Dig by Firehawke, 11 plays, score of 3. And the boss is Bomb Man. Wonder if this has any reference to the game of the same name by LucasArts. RIP. Quick Boomerang and Mega Buster with Charge Shot. We can't slide. And we have Mega Man 4 Charge Shot physics, aka the small, bad one, or the lower powered one. I don't recognize where this musical track came from. Maybe it's Oilman's team, but I'm not sure. No Rush Coil, so I guess we're going down. Yes, we are. And we have Napalm Man's background too, combined with... Well, actually, we have Napalm Man's tile set combined with, Heatman's. And of course, a lot of Pikmin. Overall, the stage has been relatively simple up to now, but I'm a bit worried with all of these, well, big eyes in close quarters. I would really like an extra life drop, though. Well, I did get a checkpoint, so that's a good enough compromise. I did get a life pickup over there. So we're in the waterfall segment. I guess we're going down here. I probably should be using the Quick Boomerang more, but it's not as long range as I would like other weapons to be. Oh, we're right at the boss fight against Bomb Man, but with all of these, well, fire bars is a lot more dangerous. There should have been a checkpoint a little bit closer. Yeah, putting all these fire bars made this fight a lot more challenging, but especially with the Quick Boomerang, it was easy. Although using only charge shots and the Mega Buster would make this a lot more challenging. But being underwater makes this a lot more interesting because, well, I have higher jump height, but so does he. I liked it. Next up is Metal Spring Madness by Firehawke. 18 plays and a score of 1. This was also the same developer of The Dig. Unfortunately, The Dig didn't have a reference to The Dig as I expected it. It was just that we're going deeper and deeper underground, eventually hitting water. So I suppose this stage will be mainly dealing with Springs and Metal Man. And we have an infinite usage of Quick Boomerang. No sliding, so Mega Man 2. Okay, I'm getting a bit confused at the level layout here. So I need to get below here. Okay, I guess I need to reset this. It resets the stage if I fail it. Let's take the right route. Oh, I see why it's called Metal Spring Madness. We need to choose which... We need to go up these set of springs, or Galaxy Man teleporters, and eventually snake our way upwards. Well, that's certainly unique, but let's see how long it takes, though. Let's take the left route this time. It'll teleport us up here, which will launch us up here. So we need to get below here. Get over here to the right side, but it didn't work. So that's a hint of what's below, so I need to take the right route and get down as quickly as possible, like here. Unfortunately, that was the wrong route, so let's go take the right route this time. No, that's still wrong. I think this is the one. No, that went that way, so okay, it's like a puzzle one. We need to choose the right direction we have to go. So I suppose we have to go this way, then jump down here. No, it's the wrong one too. Yeah, multiple Galaxy Man teleporters can link up to the same one. I see where I need to go. I need to take the right route, then go left the fastest. And this should take me to the correct direction. Oh, I see here. Neat. That was a kind of a neat starting section. Hopefully I don't die. And I'm right at the... Oh, never mind. I thought I was right at the boss fight, but no, now we have the ice segment. That was a neat starting location. It's kind of like a puzzle room. Plus, I wasn't too worried about dying because the entrance of the stage was close enough. Now we have Crystal Joes, a lot of Tadahos, and these Porons. And we have another boss corridor, or boss door. And we have the boss fight against... Okay, I don't know what the first part of the stage was supposed to be then, if the stage name only refers to the boss fight. Well, I suppose... It should be more like Galaxy Platform Puzzle and Metal Spring Madness. Yeah, I would have liked to see if the stage emphasized more on the first gimmick, aka going through those rooms of Galaxy Man teleporters trying to find the way out. It's like a maze of sorts. The second half of the stage is rather throwaway, and the Metal Man boss fight, especially with all the springs, it wasn't really well taught what the springs were, so... I like the first half, but I can't really give it a thumbs up until, let's say, the first half was explored more. I would like to see that in a future stage. I would like to see that explored more, the first half with all the Galaxy Man mazes. Speaking of which, how many stages did... Oh, there are a lot of stages he has. Oh, and this wasn't actually... Well, as I said, I'm only doing Twitter levels, so later on I will re-explore some of the stages that previous level designers did. Once again, I really wish that we actually had the search by ID option right over here. We have enough space. We could just make it smaller and just cut this. We have a lot of extra space over here, so we could just cut it in half and place the Twitter options here. Alright, next up is Clocktower by Joe. 6 plays, a score of 2. That was a little bit of a longer load time than I expected it to be. It either means that the server was having issues, or the stage is big. Okay, Dr. Cossack stage 2. The stage... Okay, now the Mega Man's movement is a little bit more stuttery, as well as the stage's movement. So I suppose this is going to be one of the bigger stages, just like the Crash Man's Lab was by Beat. Okay, we have Mega Man 4 Physics, Metal Blaze, Surf Snake, and Silver Tomahawk. Yeah, I hope that this lag issue is going to be fixed in a future update, where the movement of Mega Man and the stage scrolling is a little bit janky for very large stages. Perhaps that'll be fixed in a later version, I hope. Because I don't remember this happening in certain other engines like the Megamel 2 engine, sorry for the constant comparison. Well, I completely screwed that up. Okay, got it done correctly this time. Let me use the other special weapons. I probably should be using them more often. They make going through the stage a lot easier. Plus, the designers gave me the ability to use special weapons, so might as well. It's not like there was a description of this stage that explicitly said, don't use special weapons. Oh yeah, that'll be probably another interesting thing to add to the game, or another nice quality of life. The ability for players to add descriptions or help text or alt text for these stages. Okay, we finished the first part of that stage. I always like it when designers actually put the boss corridors to at least separate a very desperate parts of the stages. Like one part of the stage we're really outside near a waterfall, now we're inside a mechanical base again. I really like how the boss doors acted like an entrance between the two. Or like an entrance into the structure itself. That's another alternate use of boss doors, at least in my book. And we have all these spinning top things from Mega Man 5, which I really should remember what the name is. Still, I do like the difficulty progression, and it isn't too hard or too frustratingly hard, too much of a challenge. A little bit of a close jump, close slide over there. And the checkpoints are fairly spaced. Now we have all these spike corridors which I have to rush through somehow. But as long as I don't panic, I should be able to jump through it a lot without too much problems. I wanted the damage boost over there. As you saw, I kind of had an issue hitting the top. Also, my smaller charge shot makes it a lot more difficult to hit several of these things. Oh, I noticed something over there. Let's see what's over here. Oh, it's an alternate pathway. That's neat. Let's take it. Whoops. I didn't expect it to take me all the way up there, so let me backtrack and reset the room. Whoops. Let's retry that again. Hopefully there's a good enough goodie for up there. The ball still hit me. That's the problem with the ball cannons, of course. They're quite annoying to deal with. The main annoyance is, of course, the balls, more than anything else. So let me destroy the balls. Does this loop up? Okay, it loops up the... Okay, it loops up over here, so if we really want to, we can switch which room to go through. Oh. Oh, oops, that's my fault. I meant to switch my weapon. Let's see what's on this pathway. I'm really low on health though. E-tank. Oh my. Yeah. I ran out of metal blade uses on screen at once. Let's try this segment again. This time I'm just gonna go take the upward path and get to there. Yeah, taking this pathway is a lot easier than taking the metal blade platform over there. If you were to ask for my honest opinion. Let's take care of all these enemies. Okay, that took care of the super ball cannon, and I get an E-tank for my exploits. Which, dependent on the boss room's structure, it may be more or less useful. So let's take the upper route. I don't think I have anything else of use at the bottom. And of course they link back up here with that Ben K that we need to destroy. I'm just gonna get to the bottom of this and let's quickly just button mash. Hopefully we're getting near the end. This is a rather long stage. Oh, that would also be another nice thing to add in the description. A number of screens counter for each level. Because normally we would have completed the stage by this point. I would like a screen length so I can actually see how long it takes to complete the stage. Oops, I stood too far to the left. I finally made it past this room. It actually took 7 more attempts because of how the spike collision boxes work in this game. Thank goodness there's a checkpoint here. This is becoming the hardest stage in the game just because of that. And unfortunately E-tanks wouldn't help. That's also another reason why in a lot of other Mega Man fan games, I would really like the option to make spikes instead do a truckload of damage instead of instant death. That's what I did in my Mega Man 2 level entry. So let's actually get to the boss, hopefully. I hope the boss is over there. No, we have a little bit more challenge to left to go. Let's take care of all these puka pellies. And we of course will all have these Metal Man platforms, or conveyors. Of course the pukas are following me upwards, making this even more of a challenge. Now I see why they gave me so many E-tanks. No wonder why they call this a Clocktower, it's a very big one. Really, the only thing I would fault the designer for is that it was more for engine problems or odd spike collision boxes. Really don't want to die over here. Okay, at last we can fight Napalm Man. I'm just gonna use special weapons. Oh, he doesn't have any weakness, it seems. At least I could just use the Mega Buster. Oh, what? He can do that much contact damage? That's one of the other things. I would like also measure how much damage each boss does. And there should probably have been a checkpoint right at the boss door. Then again, it isn't too far back anyway, so it's not too frustrating. And I have 2 spare tanks, so I can get through this without much problems, hopefully. After all, it's only 3 screens away. Alright, let's try fighting Napalm Man again, hopefully correctly this time. And of course the other thing with the Mega Man 4 charge shot is it takes a little bit longer to charge up compared to the Mega Man 5 and 6 charge shots, in addition to being a little bit weaker. Alright, that's it. Let's see the rest of the boss room. Kind of unique, and there's a lot of bottomless pits and spikes on the top, but otherwise it was fine. The hardest part was the stage before it, and wow, it is one of the biggest stages I played through, comparable in size to Crashman's lab. I did like it, but I would like a little bit more careful difficulty progression and less usage on the spikes, especially in that room. Especially because the tolerances can make it a little bit of a challenge to get through. But I do appreciate all of those E-tanks it gave us, as well as all the special weapons you can use to make this a lot easier on us. Plus there was a nice number of checkpoints. Alright, the next level is Destroy the Core by MortMort. This is another level by MortMort. I covered one of their levels in the previous part. I think it was the airship takedown, but I'm not sure. It says 5 plays and a score of 1, and it has no boss fight at the end. Well, one of the unfortunate things I've noticed in between the patch notes of 1 and 1.0.1 is that you can't add multiple bosses to your level anymore. That was a glitch, but I really like that glitch. That way you can potentially have like a boss corridor, but now you can only have one boss fight at the end of the stage. Perhaps in a future update they'll add the ability to officially add multiple bosses per stage, and perhaps mini bosses. Okay, we start out with a long drop to the bottom. We have the Mega Man 5 or 6 charge shot, thank goodness. We only have the Mega Buster and the Bush Coil. We have these Ben Ks, which are a lot less of a problem with my upgraded charge shot. We have all these Shotman Mach trees. Oh, that's a nice number of checkpoints. Quite frequent, actually. This is a little bit challenging though because I have to fight the Ben Ks and the Gumball Machine. Well, that's a unique set of challenges though. Or a unique set of enemies that we have to fight at once. And if I get too close, I have to also worry about getting hit by the Shotman. But I don't need to worry too much because the damage that each of these enemies deal isn't that high, so it balances itself out. But that's a nice alternate way of adding a mini-boss encounter. I see you over there, Beaks. I also see all the force beams, I mean the elect beams, on the left. So let's take care of those. And get up here. Oh, nice heart over there. Thank you. And we have a boss fight against Sparkman and all these Ben K. Oh, I see. I need to destroy these Ben Ks before I can get across. I'm just gonna take a dead over here and repeat the boss fight. I see, I need to destroy all these Ben Ks and the gumball machine, and then I can destroy that using the rush coil. I wonder how we're gonna destroy that. Do we have to get the teleport over there? Also, that was kind of force damage, not really the best idea to have. If I can take the Ben K down, I'll be able to... Okay, now I can take care of the gumball machine. Okay, let's see how am I supposed to do this. Oh, okay, just like that. Okay, I thought I was gonna... Okay, Sparkman's still attacking me from the other side of the screen. I didn't expect there to be a boss fight in here, but apparently you can have boss fights and an alternate exit. Well, that was the end of Destroy the Core. Ah, I see. We destroyed the core by destroying the rush coil entrance over there, and then we destroyed the last bubble. That was unique. A short stage, but fun. I really like the unique blend of challenges by combining the Ben Ks, the gumball machines, and the new Shotmans, aka Shotman Mock Trees. It created a unique stage gimmick. And as an alternate way of adding mini-bosses, for now at least. Alright, last level for this part is Tower Troubles by Zork. A score of -1. I hope that isn't a bad sign. And the boss fight is Pharaohman. Okay, it isn't a long stage. Another nice thing about the engine lagging is that we can tell if a stage is long or not, based off of how much it's lagging. If it isn't lagging, it's a relatively shorter stage. If it's lagging, it's a big one. Charge Kick and Mega Buster. Okay, Mega Man Tree, so no charge shots, unfortunately. I meant to switch to my alternate weapon. Of course, I can just skip this entire challenge by using the Charge Kick. Might as well do that. And we have the Proto Fortress team from Mega Man 5. Okay, decent escalation of challenges right now. An introduction of this platform, good, over a safe environment, always nice. And now we have a dangerous one. Well, that's a nice way of introducing the challenges. And the enemy placement isn't really that jerkish, not yet. And of course we have the Charge Kick if we really need to get across, or if we want to have safer passage. And of course I could just use the Charge Kick to get across, but I'd rather take the safe approach and destroy this Sniper Joe. Also a decent checkpoint placement. The challenges beforehand weren't too hard, so it's okay to place it here. I want to take care of this caterpillar before I get across. And then get ready to fight the caterpillar here. Okay, decent escalation of challenges. I'm not sure why this was rated -1. This is better, I would say better design compared to half the stages. And the half the stages I covered in this part. Ah, we have 2 alternate routes we could have taken. That was my fault for staying too much for staying too close to the roof there. I would have liked the checkpoint a little bit closer there, but to be fair, this is closer to the classic Mega Man stage lengths, or classic Mega Man checkpoint placements. Going past here isn't that bad. Let me take the upper route and see what's up here. Okay, so instead of having to go through a platforming segment, we have to fight all of these Shotman and all the other things. Oh, okay, the route split up it seems. Now we have an outer pathway. That's neat. And of course we have all these Sniper Joes. Well, at least I got more net health out of this. I do like that this stage actually is relatively constrained in its enemy usage. I've only seen Sniper Joes, the Shotmans, and all these Caterpillars used. And there aren't that many gimmicks used other than all those switching platforms and those blocks from Mega Man 3. And they're very well introduced, slowly in better increments, and basically explaining how they're supposed to be used before we go into the actual challenges. Plus the charge kick, the areas where you can use the charge kick here are very well utilized. And the checkpoint placement and difficulty progression is fine. It feels a lot like a Mega Man Classic stage in terms of difficulty. So I would say this is my favorite stage next to Clocktower. That's for sure. Alright, Fairman. I suppose your weakness is the charge kick. I won't risk it. I'm just gonna take a death first, then I'll do it. Well, this is almost the same move we originally fought Fairman in Mega Man 4, actually. Well, except with the wall on the left side, so that may change Fairman's AI a bit. I'm curious, though, how will the AI of Roadmasters be affected by odd room structures? I wonder if some of them will actually get broken if you're not careful. Oh yeah, I forgot. Charge kick doesn't allow you to go to project. Oh, it should allow you to go to projectiles. This is one of those places where I wish I had the charge shot. I always have problems fighting the Fairman, even in the classic games. I never got his pattern down. Specifically when he jumps around and throws all those mini Pharaoh shots. Well, I'm dead. I'll have to try this one more time. This is not the fault of the designer, it's more so boss AI, and how I never got his pattern down. It's when he never throws those mini Pharaoh shots is when the fight gets a lot easier, as you saw over here. So yeah, that was Tower Troubles by Zork. I really like playing through this stage. I would say it's my favorite stage that I covered in this part, tied with Clocktower. I don't understand why I got -1, I'd rather give it a positive. And because I like it so much, I'll download it. So that was another 7 levels covered in this part, viewers. Overall, the stage quality is relatively staying constant, although in this part we did have a relatively long level, and a relatively difficult level in the way of Tower Troubles and Clocktower respectively. Although Clocktower was only difficult in 1 or 2 segments, mainly due to instant death spikes. So in the next part, I'll be covering more levels that have been created by other people, but this time I'll only exclusively be searching through the browse section. Well then, thanks for watching and have a nice day. Toodles!